All right, welcome back to The Missing Link. Again, I'm Phil Lockwood, and today we're going to jump into the first real chunk of this program, and it's called positioning. So positioning is essentially us getting very clear about our target audience, the pains they have, and then your business and how that business actually addresses those pains. This may seem a little unnecessary or elementary, especially if you've been working with your audience or your customers for a long time, if you've been in your business for a long time, but I promise you, this is actually paramount to success in this program. And part of it is because we need to have everything in a specific syntax for our outreach, for our communication. And in order to get there, we kind of need to start from scratch and pull together these things in a specific format. We're going to open up a document today, and it's called the blueprint. Filling out this blueprint really makes up the majority of the positioning section of this program. And I should note that our agency actually does this as a boot camp for clients, and we charge 5 to 10 grand just for this chunk of the work. So it really is important. It's foundational to our outreach success and the kind of conversion rate that you're going to see from this. So please don't rush through this, and certainly don't think about skipping over this chunk. All right. So let's jump into this document again. We call it the blueprint. You can download it right now in either Microsoft Excel format or Google Sheets format. And if you need it in any other format like numbers or whatever, you probably know what to do. I'm sure that you can import and then just convert it to that. So let's hop in right now. And you'll notice that there are a lot of tabs across the bottom. So these represent all the different sections of the spreadsheet. I'm going to skip over the first one so that we can come back to it at the very end. That's going to be related to the homework for this lesson. All right. So tab number 1 here is personas. These are audience personas, also known as audience avatars, or maybe just target audience profiles or target customer profiles. Again, you may have worked on something like this in the past, but what we're going to do here is follow a very specific syntax, because a lot of these fields are going to relate directly to the search capabilities that we have within LinkedIn. So it's really a combination of things that are going to allow us to identify your LinkedIn contacts and then other information that we need so that we can adequately put together some positioning statements that are going to help us sell down the road. All right, I'm going to jump over to positioning scripts. And this is what I was talking about just a minute ago. Once we really understand our business and what we're good at and the pains that we help solve for our customers, we're going to be able to put together some very concise language that describes that for people. Now, some of these are like elevator pitch related. Some are audience agnostic, meaning you could use these at a trade show or if you bump into somebody in the elevator. Others are very specifically written for your target audience. So we're going to work through those in the related lesson. Next one, profiles. So this is where we will be optimizing the content for your LinkedIn profiles. Now I say LinkedIn profiles plural because we're not just talking about your individual career profile on LinkedIn. That's one of them. We also have your business profile page, and we may have some group pages that we're going to need to optimize as well. So we'll walk through those in the related lessons. All right, tracking fields. When we get into the part where we're working within your CRM or your tracking system so that we can maintain some sort of a running history and valuable data related to our outreach with our customers or with our contacts, we're going to have some specific metadata here. So this will be identified. And again, we'll walk through that in the related lesson. So once we've got those pieces in place, we can start crafting the messaging that we're going to use when we reach out to people through LinkedIn. So obviously with LinkedIn, the LinkedIn sequence being the first of the 3 pillars or stages of the program, this is where we're really going to start to get into something that looks like, hey, this is where the rubber meets the road. So we'll put these together, and then we'll have our warm call scripts, which is going to be for that second pillar or the second sequence of our program. So in the warm call sequence, we're going to make phone calls in an attempt to get people onto a connect call. And whenever we don't get them on the phone right away, we leave a voicemail message and we send a follow-up email. All of those scripts are going to be identified in here. So right now, you'll notice that we've got example content throughout this document. As we work through the program, you're going to update all of that with your own business's content. All right, and then the last tab here on the very end is the news feed. A very big component of any successful LinkedIn outreach program is going to be keeping content pushed out to your network on a regular basis. The way we do that here is just through our news feed. So this is where we're going to collect links and ideas that we can share so that it makes it a whole lot easier to post this content several times a week without having to go out and do homework each time. All right, let's jump way back to the beginning here, because this is how I'm going to leave you in this lesson. A little bit of homework. If we pull up the survey tab, we have 18 questions in here. And these are not yes or no questions, but I want you to go through and answer each one of these, maybe spending 30 seconds to a minute on each answer so that we can get some real valuable information. Hopefully these kind of get the juices flowing a little bit for you. Maybe these are things you hadn't necessarily thought about for your business ever, or at least not in a very long time. But we want to work through each one of these, and it's going to kind of put us in the correct mindset so that as we get into some of our persona work and our positioning script work, these things are going to flow so much more naturally, and they're going to be more compelling, and they're going to be more accurate. So that's your homework for today. Just come through here and answer each one of these questions to the best of your ability. If you feel like you need some help, you can always leverage opinions throughout your organization. Whatever works for you, but go ahead and spend a good half hour or so answering these, and that's going to be it for today. So we will see you in the next lesson. Thanks again.